All right, guys, we are live 4 p.m. We got some big earnings today. We got Netflix and PPG is the ones that I'm going to be going over. I'm trying to zoom out here. We just saw a big dump off by Netflix. I don't think the earnings came out yet. I think it's just like a pre-reaction to what's to come. And yeah, we got Netflix reported earnings. Let me check what time that happens. I believe it's either 4 p.m. or 4:15. Lately, it's been 4:50. Okay, so Netflix is at 4 p.m. We got PPG is the other one that's 4:05 p.m. Not many more others coming out today with earnings that are worth kind of paying attention to. I'm just going to get rid of a few. There is a $50 move, guys. It's about a 7-8% move. It's expected move to the upside or downside. That's a huge move, right? $50 move roughly. So this either way is going to be big one. So let's see what it gives us. I was about to split the screen up here for PPG as well, and then I'm going to get rid of some of these indicators, just maybe keep one on there, RSI, and we shall see what it gives us. Netflix is getting a nice positive push here. PPG, let's see what's going on with that. Flat, nothing yet on PPG. Netflix is up around 2% currently. How are you guys doing in Twitter? Should I say X? I don't want to ruffle any feathers there. So good afternoon, X. Good afternoon, Twitch. And then we also got in the Discord where we're following along too with this earnings. Netflix has some positive moves here. It's not time and sales is pretty strong. It's not low volume. So let's see what happens once that earnings hit. Hope you guys had a good day today. SPY basically downtrending, kind of came flat, didn't really do too much, kind of stayed in that same kind of zone, right, from like 499 to 502-ish. So the market's still kind of flat, indecision, and it does not know where it wants to go next. Let me see something real quick on my SPY close. What did we close at? 499. So we closed lower than the previous day. So, that's not good to be under 500 on SPY. Let's see if Netflix can give us a boost. I should have did something for Netflix. You can always do like a spread or something, like a cheap spread. It's kind of hard to do any strangles because we got the IV right there, high IV, probably get crushed either way. So I think you either pick a direction or maybe do like a iron condor or something like that, a butterfly that the swinger ball puts out normally in the Discord, right? Some lower risk stuff. But I think a $50 move, you just got to play it in that direction. And it will be a lotto play. So it's going to be a big lotto play. Let's see what happens. We got a nice red candle here. Let's see what they're expecting on Netflix. They're expecting some growth. I know that subscriber growth is what they're expecting. Obviously Wall Street expects some big beats on the EPS for this to start really moving back up, giving us an uptrend. Let's see what it got so far. All right, I'm going to post this. The beat that I see is that they beat everything. Put this in the comments for you guys. Netflix earnings. So we got here Netflix earnings, pretty big. Netflix revenue, 9.37 billion estimated. They estimated 9.26. So that's a beat right there. Netflix on the EPS is a beat, a monster beat right there, 5.28. Estimates 4.52. So that was a beat. Streaming paid net up 9.3 million. Estimated was increasing 4.84 million on the actual paid subscription. So they increased, they got some good growth, they got EPS beat, they got revenue beat, and we're selling off. Always, right? Always when you get a nice clean beat, it doesn't go the right direction. And also we got to think about maybe the guidance. The guidance is really what's going to move this. And I believe the guidance probably hasn't come out yet. I would think that's in a conference call is where we would get that guidance. Let me keep looking, see if I can find anything. To sales. So we got, okay, so sales, yep, it says quarter two EPS. They see 4.68 versus 4.27, and they see the quarter two sales coming a lot higher than expectations too. But we are still red. So let's kind of let it shake out. Let's shake out a little bit. As for PPG, we're still waiting for that earnings to come out. Dude, it is not Twitter. It is X. There's no more feathers. There's no more little birdie. No more Tweety. It's just an X. Me too. I'm old as well. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look here. Let's go on the bigger time frame for Netflix and see what we got going on. Really don't want any of these signals because I don't really use them. Blue line here is the 50 SMA. We got the 20 SMA at the top, the green one. We have been curling back down. So, I mean, let's look at the RSI. The RSI also on the dailies at about 50. So that would pretty much be like a pivot point. We have a bounce from here on the RSI. This was when we closed, obviously it's $611. Or we drop below the 50 and we start playing this lower, which obviously we can buy puts, maybe some swing puts or short it. But we are down 5% so far. So we're all the way down to this level pretty much right here. Put it right up here. This is where we're roughly at. We have a gap to fill to the downside right here. So we have this gap to fill all the way down to around the 505-ish is a gap, and it starts pretty much around 535. So there's a huge $30 gap from where it closed that day to where it opened the next day. So, I mean, if it can't hold this 580 would be a level for me to say, well, if it holds here, we can see a nice bounce from this level. Was resistance back here, and then we finally blasted right through it the second time around. So that 580 would be a level that I would definitely watch for a rebound. As low as 566 just then. Look at that. I knew PPG wouldn't give us anything. It's look how slow it is. There's no volume so far for PPG. They released their earnings, declared a dividend. Okay, so the sales was a beat, EPS was a beat. Sales were up low single digits for the full year. This is guidance. So there's not much, like it's good information from PPG, but there's just no volume. And if there's no volume, there's no movement. So we're just going to kind of sit and watch that. But as for Netflix, I would look for that area to hold right there. If it can hold 580, I think we get a pop right back to probably 600 plus. Would be a little scalperoo there from 580 to maybe 600. We got VWAP around 600. So we do have some good numbers coming in there for Netflix. Also, the whole shared, that they kind of cut down on the shared password stuff. So they generated new subscribers by cutting down on that shared password. Kind of hate it, but it's a business, right? They need to grow. They need to see some better income numbers. So they decided to close that, to close that loophole where you can share with so many people. And now they turn that into some growth on that subscriber side. So very good work from them in the end for management, right? So seems to be holding that 580. If we flush under 580, I think we come on down to retest that wick down there in the 560s again. But if we can get this engulfing candle, I think we push right back to 600. Some good volume coming in right now. Let's go to a 1 minute chart. Nice volume. PPG is just flat. Let me see what Tesla's doing for the day. Also pretty much making low of day at the end of the day. Look at that. It's kind of bounced off that 149.50 on Tesla for the day. It held that bottom. We also got lower down here around this area. But once we recaptured that 149, we bounced off that level several times in the day. And it held up pretty well. Definitely one to watch, guys. Tesla is one to watch to go long on, but it's not worth rushing into a play that's downtrending and downtrending and downtrending. We got to look at the bigger support levels. There's some in the 140s. There's some down there in the 120s, and then all the way down to $100. I mean, this is a good time if you miss that first move when we bounce off that a little while ago, when we bounced off this $100 down here, and so many people missed that move thinking it's coming down to 80, and they're just a little bit greedy, hoping for cheaper. But this whole big move here, this could be a round two on that. So definitely be on the alert for Tesla and waiting for it to find bottom. But it can absolutely, with job cuts and uncertainty with growth within the company, it can definitely come all the way back down and retest these numbers. Maybe lower this time around. I want Blockbuster. Give me Blockbuster. I still have some videos I have to return. Where do I drop them off? All right, Netflix, come on, get that pump. VWAP is around 598. Tesla's getting a little pump after hours, nothing too major. Couple of dollars. All it takes to get these lines too. If you guys are on social, you're kind of finding it hard to engage in the strategy. Join our group, guys. I mean, we got coaches section out there, can teach you strategies that make it simple for you, and you don't have to be guessing anymore. So I mean, I'm gonna put on a little. Make sure you follow us, and then also our Discord link at the bottom of the screen. You can join us. There's a free section. There's you can get in there, get some free information, free alerts and education. And then once you want that upgrade, you let us know. But yeah, we got Netflix here. We're touching that VWAP. Look at that, 598. We're about to bust through that 600. Let's see if we see that happen. There we go, 600 touched right on the dot. Here we go, 602. We're blasting right back up, guys. What a nice dip that was. And all you had to do was find this support level. Just go on the bigger time frames, guys. Look at these levels here that were previous resistance. We plotted this line pretty simple, right? Didn't take long. We just plotted it based on previous price action. Zoomed in. Once we held that area, we said, okay, let's see if we can push back up to 600, which we did. We got to about 602. VWAP is going to be a resistance point if we zoom in a little bit here. Struggling to get through it. Hopefully I don't owe no late fees for Blockbuster for holding it so long. God. Okay, we're above VWAP. We're trying, let's see if we retest VWAP and actually hold it this time around. There we go, a nice red candle. Let's see if it holds VWAP or it falls right through and come on back down. Also, you can learn within the education we give, you can learn these patterns, right? To kind of set you up for plays. This was a great one. This was a nice bear flag all the way down on the daily. Got this channel. This is a bear flag, broke down under that line, support trend line, and then you could have played it even further down. These simple things that you can learn and really use as a tool to trade in any market condition. So let's see. What? Okay, they beat. Upsize revolving credit facility to $3 billion from $1 billion, so they have more liquidity if they need it. U.S. and Canadian streaming paid subscriptions, 82.7 million. I suppose that's higher than expected. And let's see what else. 4.2 billion in revenue from Canada and the US. Revenue up 13 to 15% for the full year of 2024. So there's, Netflix. And right there, just they took the words right out my mouth here, right? Netflix passwords crackdown delivers millions of new customers. Great stuff. And you know what's going to happen? Disney's going to start doing it. We're going to start to see Disney do it more. We're going to start to see, WBD do it more, maybe Paramount do it more. And then they're going to try to change that into new growth and new subscribers by cutting down on those passwords, right? So I would definitely look at other companies within that sector. Disney, which we alerted from $80, invest and retire. All the way down here is when we alerted it, and it's been a nice run up on Disney. But if Disney can crack down on passwords on Disney Plus and it can be successful, then they also can see some good significant growth. And then I think we're going to start to see us move up towards that 150 again. On Disney, probably around here 145 would be my next target for Disney once we crack through that 125 126, and let's see what their earnings, what they have to say during their earnings as well. If they can mention anything like Netflix on new subscribers, I think we get a nice boost out of Disney. Paramount also down in the dumps. We've got Paramount down in the dumps here, down around $10. We've seen it come all the way down to COVID levels. There's some merger stuff going on with I think it's Skydance or Sundance. So they're in the middle of talks with that, and I'll be just looking at that $9 level to hold, and then start pushing up that $9 for Paramount. But if they decide to come out with some kind of password crackdown, and they can build growth out of that with new subscribers, then I think this could be also a good play all the way back towards that $18 to $20 range, which is not that, up here, basically. It was there about 4 months ago. So doesn't really take much to get up to these levels once we get some positive information out of that earnings. Does Disney not do that already? I think they were working on cracking down on passwords. I'm not sure if we haven't really got any feedback from that yet, but I believe that they're working on it. So I definitely look at other ones, other sympathy plays inside that same sector as Netflix. And see kind of what numbers they give on earnings and password crackdowns and growth and subscribers. I definitely think WBD and then Paramount and then what other one, Disney, would be ones to watch this year for any kind of move back to the upside. Disney has a lot more going for them. They have Disney plus the theme parks, right? So they can do a kind of a double whammy there. If they get some good numbers with Disney parks and also Disney plus numbers, then we can definitely see some big moves for Disney. It's PPG, right? PPG. What's that doing? Flat. That's where it kind of needs to get through this PPG for more upside. So above 145, I would take a shot at it once we get above 145 and play it up to the 150s again. But it's, that's the trend line resistance. We got some support here. Could bounce off this level around the 120s before we push above the 140s. That's something I would watch for a pullback to the bottom trend line for maybe a bounce swing play off that level or breakthrough of this trend line to the upside. With PPG, there's just no movement, guys. It's flat. Who wants to trade this stock after hours? Obviously, no one. No one wants it. So it would stay where it ended at 135.11. So we just got this big resistance point right here. That was not what I wanted to do. Let's draw that again. There we go. We need to get through this VWAP. That's obviously a sticking point for resistance. So once we need to get over 600 and hold, then there could be more upside to potentially go back to maybe like 610 to 620 again. So that's what I would do is wait for a VWAP break and hold in order to scalp this back up higher. Right now it's pulling back. Maybe we retest this lower number down here again, 580. We shall see. Yeah, Disney does own Hulu, correct. And they started integrating Hulu into the Disney app. It's like a little bit kind of messy to me. I think they should have kept that separate. I thought they were going to do like a mega app where maybe it's like, you click on Disney, it shows all Disney, click on Hulu, it shows all Hulu and separates them. But now like they integrated it into the Disney app, and it's kind of messy if you ask me. Like I don't really want to see all these things pop up in my main screen. That's nothing to do with like Disney movies or anything, Disney shows. It's kind of weird. Invite me to the board. Give me a board seat. I'll fix that for you. Anything else moving after hours? Let's have a look. Nothing is moving after hours. Nothing that I really like. See what these ones are doing. Up 47%. Yeah, so it's expected to be a $50 move. We're down 3%, barely down 3% right now. We may see a bigger continuation tomorrow when market opens, and we get that true strong trend in either direction. But the way it looks, the numbers are strong, the growth is strong, the revenue is strong. Things are pointed to the upside. So that's that. It's kind of flat at the moment. And also, like we're trending. I'm on the. Let's see what the 5 minute shows us. Yeah, the RSI is way below the 50. So it is a bearish trend at the moment. It may do a H formation where we pop down. We do this kind of. This is when the bears are going to try to pull this down lower once we lose that low. And it's in May. I'm not saying it will, but this is what the bears are going to try to do. Is pull it down here and make a new low after hours. There's, the RSI is below 50, so we need to get above 50 on the RSI. I'm on the 5 minute chart. So pretty much we need to get above this area here for me to think, okay, well, we may start really pushing back up. Right now, it's very weak. Sellers are still trying to come into this play and pull this down. So it's a risky play at this point. This would be my green light above VWAP, and then my target would be up here. First target would be up here, around 611, 612. And then 620 would be my next level to aim for if we can get above VWAP, right? If we can get above this and hold, and the RSI pushes above 50 again, I'd be more inclined to try to take this play because there's a bit more confirmation that I'm looking for, and it's making sense. We're above VWAP, we're above RSI 50, the volume's coming in. There's more reason to take this trade than just guessing right now which way it's going to go. So you got to have a few more, signals before trying to jump into a trade. I would hate to just jump in and guess. So I'd wait for that 600 to break again, play it up to 610, 612, and then 621, 620 if we really start pumping. Now, if we lose, like this area around 580, 581, then I would play this down to probably that low of after hours right here. So this would be like kind of my pivot point to go bullish once we get above this level. See what's going on. Yeah, ISPC is a good one. We had some big bangers today, during the day for day trading. We had AGBA was a big one that played out really. It went up to around like $1.66, big moves. ISPC, we saw big moves from that. In the afternoon, up to 56, nice big trend reversal on ISPC. This one had a big break in the morning, pre-market into market open, then dropped off. But there's some big moves overall for some of these day trades. In this market condition, trying to swing things, it can be a little bit tough, right? So you go to, okay, what's going to work better? And right now, day trading for me is going to be working better. I'm in, I'm out. I'm not worried about overnight what's going to happen with the markets and the futures. Just day trading until we really start, stabilizing a little bit in the overall markets, and then I can start playing some swing trades again. But right now, makes sense. It's just in and out, sleeping better at night. And then until we get that real strong direction reversal where we can take some trades up to the upside. And there's going to be a time where it's going to be a great time to add swing positions. But right now, just day trading, it's okay to kind of adjust yourself to the style of what the market's going to give us, short term. And that's what we got to do, right? We have to adjust, keep the emotions out of trading, adjust based on what it gives us, and don't fight the trend. And we're going to be in a much better position. Other than that, I'm going to jump off, guys. It's 4:30. It was a quick little stream for Netflix, but there's my numbers above. Just so that you guys know before I jump off, there's the link if you want to join us every day. We have daily live streams. We have watch lists every day as well. But if you want to trade this, I'm going to give you my entries right now. If you want to play after hours, above 600 is where I'm looking for. I want to see like a 2 or 3 minute candle close above 600. Once that happens, I trade this up to 612, and then 620 would be my ultimate final target. Now, if we lose, if you want to play short side, once we lose that 580, I play it lower from there, aiming for the 570s, 560s, maybe taking that lower day out in the after hours. And that's as simple as it gets. If it stays right now flat, how it is, I'm going to enjoy my afternoon, maybe outside, maybe playing with some bubbles with the kids, doing something other than sitting here and watching this go sideways. So enjoy the rest of your night, guys. See you if you decide to join us, and you get that link in the bottom of the screen. We'll see you in the Discord. Have a good rest of your afternoon and evening, and we will catch you tomorrow. Bye, guys.